Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology.
Hi all, I am R.S. Amshavalli, Assistant Professor from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Sathyabama Institute of Science and Technology. I hope you have understood the basics of decision making components in C language. And now it's time for the second part of the session, which is looping statements. In decision making statement, we'll be checking a condition. Based on the result of the condition, the flow will get changed. But in decision making statement, we'll check a condition. Whereas there comes scenario where a single condition has to be checked multiple times. Whereas in the earlier concepts like nested if or else if ladder, we have checked multiple conditions, but all such conditions will be checked only once. But there are scenarios where a single condition has to be checked multiple times based on the varying inputs. So those concepts cannot be fulfilled by decision making statements. So we are going for looping in C language. So this loop, in looping statement you will have a block and that block will get executed multiple times based on the condition and the input value. So a single condition will be checked multiple times. So repetition, that is called looping statements. We have two type of looping in C language. One is entry control and the other one is exit control loop. Entry control loop. So it is like if you are going for a home and there is a gate and a security guard asks for you who is you, and that is called entry control. You will be checked at the entrance itself before entering into the house. Whereas exit control, there is no security guard and you are moving into the house and the people who is inside the house may inquire you. So that is called exit control, which is you have crossed the gate and you have went into the house and there you are checked. So that is called exit control. In programming, this entry control loop will, in entry control loop, the condition will be checked at the entrance. So based on the result of the condition, the block will act. Whereas in exit control, the entire block will get executed. After that, at the end of your iteration, the conditions will be checked. So in entry control loops, we have two types. One is for loop and the other one is while loop. And in exit control, we have do while. Now it's for loop. So it's an entry control check loop, and here see it is better to use the for loop if the number of iteration is known in advance. This is the syntax. We have a keyword for and we have three fields here. One is initialization, where you will initialize the variable and you will place a condition here, and you can place any increment or decrement operator here, and you have a block here. So this is the syntax. We will go for a example program. So the program given here is printing the first 10 natural numbers. See, we have a variable I and this is the for block, and here for I is equal to 1, the value is assigned I as 1 and we have a condition I less than or equal to 10 and we have increment. So this is post increment. See what happens now, the value of I starts from 1 and it goes here and it will check the condition, yes 1 is less than 10. See, since this is post increment, your value will get incremented, but still the older version of I value will be used in the block. So here I is 1, the condition is checked, so printf the value of I which is 1 will get printed, and similarly now the incremented value of I is what, 2, and that will get checked with the condition. Similarly it goes till 10. When the value is 10, the condition is true since we have placed equals operator, and the condition is true, it will get printed. And when the value of I is 11, this condition will get failed. When this condition is failed, the entire block, the entire loop will get terminated. So you will get the output from 1 to 10. So this is the example for loop. See, in for loop, as I told you earlier, it is better to use the for loop when you know the number of iterations in advance. See, this is the lower limit and this is the upper limit. If I place like 20 and 100 here, so the lower limit will be 20 and the upper limit will be 100. So if you know the lower limit and the upper limit, it is better to use for loop. So next comes while loop. So in while loop, again it is same as your for loop, except one field we don't have here, which is initializing block. So again in while loop, it is entry control check loop. We have a keyword while, nearby that we will place a condition. If this condition is true, this block will get executed. We can have statement and we should have increment or decrement operators inside the statements. So this is the example program. So the same program which we dealt for printing the natural numbers till 10. So we have a variable which is n, and n is initialized to 1. See, the initializing block is there, but it is outside your looping block. So while n is less than or equal to 10 and printing the value of n. So what happens here? Your n value is 1 and the condition will be checked. Yes, 1 is less than 10 and printf, and your n value will get printed. Similarly, n is incremented to 2 and goes on, checked for the condition, printing the value. Similarly, it goes till 10, and when the value is 11, this condition will get failed. When this condition is failed, the entire block will get terminated. So you will get printed with the first 10 natural numbers. This is the concept of while loop. And next comes exit control loop, and we have do while in exit control loop. In exit control loop, you have a block and condition will be checked at the end of your iteration. So what happens here? This is the syntax. Do, you have a statement or you have a decrement or increment operator, and at the end of your block you have a condition. So irrespective of the condition, whether your condition can be true or false, this particular block will get executed at least once. So this is the concept of do while. The same example, printing first 10 natural numbers. So again we have a variable n and n is assigned to 1, and do printf, the value of n will get printed, the value of n will get incremented, and we are checking the condition here. Here n is less than or equal to 10. What happens? When the value of n is 1, it comes here, n value will get printed, which is 1 will get printed, the n value is incremented to 2, and here it will get checked. 2 is less than or equal to 10, it is true. Similarly, it goes on till the value is 10. So it will get printed with first 10 natural numbers. But to get a clear idea about the difference between while and do while, you can go for this program. In this program, again the same thing, the value of I is 11, this program is implemented using while, and this has been implemented using do while. So I is equal to 11. What happens here? And let me check the condition. The condition placed here is I less than or equal to 10. The condition gets failed because the value of I is 11. Since this condition is failed, your while block will get terminated and it will come out of the loop, and we don't get any output at all. We don't have any error, but we get don't output. And here the value of I is equal to 11, the same thing, but the block has been implemented using do while. What happens? The value of I is equal to 11, and here printf statement has been placed. So what the value of I will get printed, which is 11, and comes here. Now it will check the condition whether I is less than or equal to 10. Now the condition is failed. Since the condition is failed, the loop will get terminated, but since we will get output as 11, because this block will get executed irrespective of this condition, whether it is true or false, this block will get executed. So this particular program will help you to get a clear idea about the difference between while and do while. So with this, the looping statement is done, and next we will go for jumping statements. So jumping statements are essential to transfer the control of the program here and there. So we have three types of jumping statements: break, continue, and go to. First we will discuss about break. See, this break statement will be used in a block. Whenever the break statement is encountered, that particular block will be forcefully it will be terminated. So this is the syntax for break. You will have a block and you have a break statement here. So in this example, I have a for block, and inside that I have a condition. Inside that for block I have placed if block, and I have a break here. So the reason for using break is whenever the break is encountered, that particular block will get terminated forcefully, and the statements below to the break statements will be skipped. So what happens here? The value of I starts from 1 and checks the condition. Yes, the condition is true. It comes here, it checks for the if condition. The if condition I is equal to 5. So this if condition will get failed. So this if block will be skipped and it will go for the printf statement. So the I value will get printed, which is 1. Similarly, it goes till 4. For I value 1, 2, 3 and 4, this condition, for condition will be true and if condition will be false. So only the printf statement will get executed. You will get value till 4. When the I value is incremented as 5, the for condition will be true and if condition is also true. Now this break statement will get executed. Since this if condition is true, this break statement will get executed. What happens now? Now since this break is encountered, this block will get terminated forcefully. So now we will move to the continue statement. So in continue statement, it is same as your break statement. What happens in continue? Again, whenever the continue statement is encountered, the control will move to the first line of the loop. So what happens? This is the syntax for continue. if you will place a condition nearby and you will have a continue. So the same program which we dealt for break can be discussed for continue as well. So what happens, you have a program here, the same program which we dealt for break. So I start from 1 till 10, the condition placed is 10, and the same program for break as a break. So the value of I will be 1 and it is checked against the condition is true, it comes here, the if condition will be false, so only the printf statement will be executed till the I value reaches 4 as like your break statement. When the value of I is 5 and the for condition is also true and if condition is also true, this continue statement will get executed. When the continue statement is executed, the control will move to the beginning of the loop. Again, this printf statement will get skipped. So again the control will go to the beginning of the loop. Again the value of incremented value of I is 6 now and it will be checked against the condition and again the same flow will follow. So till 1 to 4 both the for value for condition and if condition is false, so it will get printed with 4 numbers, and when the value is 5, this if condition is true and continue is executed, so the control the printf is it is skipped, so it moves to the beginning of the loop and the incremented value of 6 will be taken, and from 6 to 10 again the same condition follows. Your for condition will be true and if condition will be false, only the printf statement will get executed. So you will get skipped with the value 5 and remaining all numbers will get printed. The same program as of your break. And next comes Goto statement. So whereas in break or continue, we are telling the compiler to move outside the loop or to the beginning of the loop. Whereas in Goto statement, we can tell the compiler to move here and there. So it is like a labeling statement. So you will have a label and whenever Goto statement is encountered, it moves to the corresponding label block. So this is the syntax. If you will have a condition nearby and go to step, here the step is a label. So whenever this statement is encountered, the control will directly move to the corresponding block where you have a label as step. This is an example program, the same program. So what happens, again the value starts from 1. So the label given here is ABC. So what happens, this is a label I have given, label block, and here the condition will be checked. 1 less than or equal to 10, condition is true. When this condition is true, this statement will get executed. As soon as this statement is executed, the control will move to the label block. What the label block, whatever given in the label block will get executed. What happens here, the value of I is printed and I value is getting incremented again. It is 2. Now the condition is checked, 2 is greater than 10, true, go to, and go to black will get executed. Similarly, the I value till 10, it reaches 10, the condition will be true, it will move to the label block and the corresponding statements will get executed. When the value of I is 11, this condition will get failed and this block will get terminated. So this is the concept of Goto. Thank you.